Planning a wedding, or is someone in your family thinking of getting married?
Then you may be interested in finding out how to have a memorable wedding that doesn't cost a fortune. Consumer reporter John Matarese is here now to tell us what kind of wedding you can actually get for $5 grand, so you don't waste your money. John, we want to know.
Carol, it's not that cheap. We're not talking paper cups and nobody there. The average wedding reception now costs $27,000, according to a survey by the wedding planning website, theknot.com. And it says when trying to figure out the cost if you're planning one, I like this, add 2 zeros to the number of guests. That means that a 100-guest wedding will cost at least 10 grand. How about that? But there are ways to do it for much less. Sure, every bride dreams of an extravagant wedding like Will and Kate, but this style of nuptials, that's out of the budget for most of us. If you still want a nice affair, though, and you don't want to have to run off to Las Vegas for a $50 hitch-up, Reuters News says you can have a memorable wedding for $5 grand. Okay, here we go. For $5,000, Reuters says stage your wedding in a nice backyard or a public garden, as long as that garden costs just a few $100s to rent. It also says try to keep your guest list to just 25 people or less. Also, keep the dress simple and serve hors d'oeuvres, not a full dinner. Alcohol is also a big expense. To serve just wine and beer, most people won't miss expensive mixed drinks, and you do that all for $5 grand. Now don't go away. I'll be back at 5:30 to tell you about some local banks raising overdraft fees, plus the lesson for all of us in this week's big LinkedIn password breach. Important information so you don't waste your money. Carol?
All right. Thanks, John.
I can just see somebody going to a wedding where they do all that and saying, and listening to Matarese.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Cutting